Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Saturday morning practice. Good morning, Janet. Good morning, Alice. We're spending the next hour and a half together in what I call the boot camp. This is to give you some rejuvenations and encouragement so you can continue your practice during the week. Okay. As we started to do last week, we're going to start by doing some finger exercise, finger massage. As I mentioned many times before, the Eastern concept, both the Indian and the Chinese, of health is very different from the Western concept. The Western concept is about the body. It's about the body being a collection of individual parts, whereas the Eastern concept is more about energy flow from the universe into the body and then back out. And so the extremities are very important. As the energy comes in and as the energy comes out, and if the energy lines are blocked in all the extremities, like the fingers, the toes, top of the head, and so forth, then the entire energy system would be blocked. So let's just start with the finger exercise. This is something that you should do during the week, during the day, when you're watching TV, when you're waiting for a Zoom meeting, whatever. It's a very easy to do, and you will be surprised how effective it is, not just for the fingers, but the entire body. And you would, after a while, you realize that it actually relieves a lot of pain in your body, because once the energy gets flowing, then the inflammation would die down. That's really what it's about. All right, so now let's focus on the body. Stretch your spine, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, bring out the left hand, using the right hand, using that thumb, and I just want you to massage very thoroughly the joints, the two joints on every finger, and just massage all the way around, every one of them, okay? Every one of them. And once you start doing that and develop that into a habit, and then you will start to do that during the day as well as the thumb. Now turn around and then massage the top part of the fingers, again, one joint at a time. Okay. And I noticed that as I get older, some of my fingers start to get crooked, because that's arthritis. And actually it has improved a lot since I started this practice 3 years ago. Okay, now we're going to do it on the right hand, using the left thumb, one joint at a time. Okay, all the way around. And then the top part. And then now left hand, right hand, put that on top, and then just massage both the top of the hand, and then the bottom of the hand, and so it's in between the fingers. Massage. Okay, this gets the energy going in the fingers, and then it actually helps the entire body. Now I want you to put the fingertips together, put the palm of the hand together, and then just stretch. And then now fingertips together, we're going to tap that 30 times. Okay, now this actually is good for your heart as well as your brain. Okay, get ready, 30 times. Okay, now put the fingers together, cross the fingers, and then tap the inside of the fingers 30 times. These are very important energy points. Okay, now we're going to tap two areas that are very similar. One is on the pinky and one is on the thumb, and it's that meaty part of the fingers. So you put the hands together, palm facing up. Okay, so this one is actually the energy line that we name after the heart. Okay, get ready. Okay, now flip it so the palm is facing down. Now put the thumbs together, again, this meaty part. Okay, get ready, 30 times. So one is for the heart, and we actually divide the heart into two energy lines: the heart and the pericardium. So one is physical, one is mental, right? So the if you have a problem falling to sleep, the one that we just did is a very good exercise. Now this one is the lung. The lung is the mineral, and so this actually improve your immunity. Okay. All right. So now there's one more energy point, and it's called the merging valley. So you open up your fingers. It's actually, if you put your thumb in here and lean towards the index finger, it's right here. It's right here. Now this energy point is a good one to remember. If you have cramps, any kind of cramps, like pulling muscle, and you have a lot of pain, so just press on this. Just keep pressing on this. This relieves some natural painkiller in your body. So now what we're going to do is we identify this point, and then we identify this point. We put that together, and then 30 times. Okay. Now you notice that we do tapping, we do massage, and we do a kind of different modality. One that we do is called scraping. So I want you to stretch out your left hand, take your right hand, use the knuckle, and start at the elbow to the wrist. Okay, because there's a lot of energy points here, there's a lot of energy points here, a lot of energy points here. Now, the Chinese think of the energy lines as and how they interact with the sun. So there's the yin and then the yang. Yang is the sun, yin is the absence of the sun. Anything that is absence of the sun, the yin lines, they're all inside. And everything that is yang, they're all outside. Okay. So I want you to scrape right along the middle. This is the pericardium energy line. You notice that you can actually, you feel like there's a little bit of electricity. Okay. And especially if you have carpal tunnel, and this would be a very good exercise for you. Now I want you to move up a little bit, and when you move up, then that's the lung energy line. Now I want you to scrape on top of the bone, and then turn it again slightly above the bone, and then now I want you to scrape the middle. The top is an energy line. There's a yang energy line called the triple warmer. Now scrape the top of your palm, the fingers, the thumb, back to the top of the palm, and then back to the middle, the bone, and then the inside. Okay. And this is actually a very good exercise. If you use your mouse too much, or even if you work in the kitchen too much. Okay. I remember talking a story about how I went to acupuncturist, and the guy before me was actually a sushi chef. Okay, and he has carpal tunnel, and so this would be a good exercise for that. Now we're going to use the left hand, use the knuckle, and okay, you're not going to hurt yourself, so don't worry. Okay, but you do feel relief. It's actually very pleasant exercise. Okay, now move up a little bit on one side of the bone, now on top of the bone, on the other side of the bone, and then right in the middle. And then the back of the hand, the fingers, the thumb, back of the hand again, top of the arm, the bone, inside of the arm. Okay. And in the past, I would go to sleep, and this many years ago, and there would be so much pain in my arm because I spend the whole day typing and working and all that, and I have to take some Advil or something, to go to sleep. I don't have to do that anymore. I don't need any painkiller anymore. Okay. All right. So now we're going to continue to do some finger exercise. I want you to back again, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder, pointing all 10 fingers towards the camera. The 4 fingers are the spring. The thumb is the trigger holding down the spring. Now I want you to wind up those 4 fingers, but don't let it go. Okay. Hold it down and then get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Continue. Open the shoulder. 2 energy point here called the gate to the cloud, forming the lotus hand. thumb and the middle finger together. Put that on top of the lotus cloud. Notice the back of the hand is facing the camera. Okay, get ready. Now I want you to sit up straight and then lean forward the hip. Lean forward the hip and then lean back. Okay, so the hip is forward and the upper torso is back. And now get ready. 1, back of the hand is facing the camera. 2, this is good for frozen shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so this is a little bit of exercise before the first part, and then in between the first part and the second part, we're going to do more. But this time will be another set of extremity, which will be the top of the head and the ears. Okay, all right. So now let's just rest. Focus on our breath. Examine the breath. 1 breath at a time. Let the body just slow down. 1 breath at a time. Okay. All right. So now we're ready for the first part. The first part, we start with some stretching exercise, and then we end with a 7-minute sitting meditation. That's the first part. All right. So open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Again, push the hip forward and then lean back the upper torso. This is very good sitting posture because it puts pressure on your adrenal gland. So it prevents the body from releasing stress hormone. Okay. And so once again, lean forward the hip and then lean back the upper torso. We're going to take 3 deep breaths to exercise the diaphragm. Okay. Now we're going to lock the fingers together. Put that right below, about 2 fingers below the belly button. There's an energy point here called the C of the Qi. As we take a deep breath, we're going to raise our upper body all the way until the hand reaches right here. Okay. And then we're going to take it after inhale, then we're going to exhale. Get ready. Breathe in. Now follow the hand, breathe out. Stretch your fingers. Feel the stress on your fingers and your wrists. And we're going to unlock the fingers, but we're going to stretch the upper part of the arm using as much strength as we have to climb the mountain. This is a very important exercise. It stretches the 3 warmer. Okay, the triple warmer. Get ready. Second time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Stretch. Look straight ahead. Unlock the fingers. Using as much strength as you can. Stretch the upper part of the arm. Climb the mountain. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Looking straight ahead. Climb the mountain. And back to the breathing. 1 breath at a time. You will notice that every time we do some energetic exercise, we will spend equal time in restoring the body, right? And this is important. This is really getting the body to go back and forth between the fight or flight and the rest and digest, right? The problem we have now in modern ages is that we are stuck in one and not the other. So the body generates too much stress hormone, and then it loses its effectiveness as anti-inflammatory agent. Okay, all right. So now we're going to do some stretching, right? Mainly in the back. Lock your fingers, palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch, lock your elbow. Feel the stress on your fingers, right? And the wrist. Huh? Okay, now bring it up. Follow the center of your palm all the way up. And then now the center of the palm is on top of the head. I want you to go to the bottom of the spine first. Form a straight line between the bottom of the spine, top of the head, and the center of your palm. And then I want you to push. And then lean back. Come back in the middle. Push. Lean to the left. Hold it. Come back in the middle. Stretch. Go to the right. Come back in the middle. Make sure you lock your elbow. Okay. Make sure you feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. Huh? Okay. One more time. Stretch to the left. Come back. One last time. Stretch to the right. and then come back. Now follow the center of your palm, come back together. And then relax again, back to the restorative, focusing on your breathing, one breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. I know I'm breathing out. Okay, continue. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Right hand, put that on the left shoulder. Okay, now lean back so the top of the head is facing the sky. You feel the pressure on your right shoulder, huh? Now grab the right elbow, sit up straight, and then stretch. Hold it, and then come back. Once again, looking straight ahead. Don't lean to don't look down. Okay. Now stretch to the right, and come back. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Now you notice that I'm very, very, very careful about asking you not to look down. Okay. Always look straight ahead because you want the top of the head. This is where all the yang energy comes together before it travels. Because what we're talking about is not energy that you generate from your breakfast. We're talking about letting the energy of the universe run through your body. Okay, that's why we call it life energy. What's the difference between us and a zombie? A zombie is a living being, but it has no life energy. Okay, so in order for us to be a living being, and have good health, we must learn how to let the energy run through us. And the energy is from the universe. Okay. That's why human being, focus on the being part of the universe. All right. Okay. So now we continue. Open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Left hand, palm facing up, right hand, finger between the finger and the palm. Now bring your hand down, focus on the elbow, push the elbow. Okay, now you notice that I always talk about pushing the elbow, putting pressure on the wrist, and putting pressure on the fingers. That's where the energy points are. Okay, now push out the elbow, look straight ahead, using the elbow to bring up the hand. Now you feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. Okay, just the right amount. Now bring it all the way to the eyebrow. I want you to look straight ahead. Don't turn the body, but take the left hand and just bring it to the right. Bring it to the right. Okay, and then come back. And then relax. The other side, bring it down, push out the elbow, straight ahead, bring up the hand, the arm, feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. Without turning the body, take the right hand and then now to the left. Lock the elbow, huh? Bring it back and then relax. Back to the breathing. Let your body restore itself. Restore the harmony between the yin and the yang. Now, the next exercise actually turned out to be very important. It's back to the triple warmer again. So when we say triple warmer, that's a direct translation from the Chinese word that meant focus. Except that originally, that's not the same word. It's the word that sounds the same as when you cook rice. You get a little bit of how do I say that, like membrane, right? The rice, when you cook rice, you see it. So what he's talking about is not triple warmer, but as much as how we describe the internals. And we think of the internals as the upper, the middle, and the lower. Upper and the middle is separated by the diaphragm. The lower and the middle and the lower is separated by the belly button. And the top part is all about the nutrient. The middle part is all about fermentations and digestions. And then the last part is actually all about waste management and also reclamation of nutrient before you release the waste. So all three are very important. And what governs the three is the energy line called the triple warmer. And there's been study that says that by exercising the triple warmer, you actually cut down your chance of having cancer, which is kind of wild, right? But you do have to understand that there's only one kind of cancer. Yeah, because you have lung cancer, liver cancer, and all that. But it's only one kind of cancer. Cancer is when the body has so much inflammation that the cells cannot survive anymore. And so it has to change itself in order to survive. That's what a cancer cell is. We all have it. I have it. Everybody has it. But then when it gets out of control, then it attacks the weakest organ in your body, right? So you will notice that I have close relatives that have cancer in the liver, and you will notice that people who have cancers in the liver tend to be very angry people. They're very angry people because the anger attacks the liver energy lines. Those who are always sad, they tend to have lung cancer, even if they're not a smoker. Okay, so it affects your body. So the triple warmer is the one that equalizes the chi inside your body. It's a very important energy line. So the next one is all about this. We already done some of that. So the next one is all about this. So I just want you to follow by opening your shoulder, relaxing your shoulder, taking your right hand and make sure the palm, the center of your palm is facing the sky, which means that you make a 90-degree. So you can't do this. You have to bend it. Then to take the left hand, again, you bend the wrist so that it's 90-degree. And then you want to open that shoulder. And then you want to focus on the right palm. Imagine the sky is on top of your palm and you push all the way up. Okay? And then lock your elbow. And then imagine the earth is on top of your left hand, the center of your palm, and you push until you lock your elbow. Okay, so you're actually exerting a lot of strength on your arm, right? Which is what you want. Now you take your right arm, you lean back the shoulder. Okay, now you take your head and you rotate to the left until you reach the shoulder, but you keep rotating the eye as if you want to look at the back. And then you bring your eyes back, and then you bring your head back. Okay, now you relax. Okay, the other side, open your shoulder, push, lock your elbow. Right hand, push, lock your elbow. Left hand back, head to the right. Eyes keep looking until you, as if you're looking at your back. Eyes come back, head come back. Okay, and then relax. Back to the breathing. Now, that exercise, that exercise that you do like this, you will see that in a lot of QiGong practice. Okay. All right. So now we're going to stretch the most important yang energy line there is, which is the spine. This is called the governing vessel. Okay. It takes all the yang energy and then eventually it ends here and then it becomes yin energy. So we're going to stretch the back. It's called the stretching the dragon's back. Okay. Now I want you to open your shoulder, relax the shoulder, put your hands together, locking the fingers. Put that on your lower back, palm facing up, palm facing down. Stretch until you lock the elbow. You feel the stress on your finger and your wrist. I want you to focus on the top of your head. Push the head up and push the hands down. One up, one down. Stretch. And then relax. Now I want you to focus on the forehead. Lean back the forehead, looking at the ceiling, but at the same time, bring up the arm all the way up. Stretch and then relax. Okay, that's a very good exercise. Back to the breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, now continue. Open the shoulder. Right palm touching the spine. Okay, lean back so you're looking straight ahead. Okay, and then focus on the right shoulder. Stretch the right shoulder up and then relax. Left hand. Again, looking at straight ahead. Okay, don't look down. Focus on the left shoulder. Left shoulder up. Stretch and then relax. Back to the breathing. Open the shoulder again. Right hand, back of the hand touching the lower part of your spine. Focus on the right shoulder. Stretch the right shoulder down and then relax. The other side. Stretch the left shoulder down, all the way down. Now, two hands, fingers touching. Most importantly, don't look down, look straight ahead. Two shoulders, right shoulder up, left shoulder down, and then relax. The other side. Looking straight ahead again. Left shoulder up, right shoulder down, and then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. I know I'm breathing in. You can feel your heartbeat, right? This is a very good cardio exercise. It's simple. Finally, we do this thing called the reverse Buddha. Open your shoulder, relax the shoulder, palm face touching each other, fingers touching, put that on your low back, fingers pointing down. Fingers pointing up, bring it up. Try to hold the palms together. Now, use the palm to push the spine forward, and then at the same time, open your shoulder and lean back. So one forward, one back. And now just focus on your breathing. I know I'm breathing in. And relax. Back to the breathing. Let your body settle. Okay. So I noticed that I do know that many of you have practiced yoga, which is a good thing, right? Yoga is an English word. It comes from the Indian word yuja. Okay. But what we practice in the US is what we call hatha yoga, which means forceful yoga. And what I notice is that it's taught differently in the US or in the West than it is in India. India is, they maintain a balance between the physical exercise and the mental exercise. So it's the same as what we do here. Every time we do energetic exercise, we give equal time to restore the balance between the yin and the yang. Okay, that's the important part, right? Otherwise, if you keep doing exercise, you just keep generating stress hormone. You're actually making it worse. You're actually making it worse. You have so much stress hormone in your body 24/7 that the body loses its effectiveness, right? It creates something called cortisol resistance, and that's where the inflammation starts. Okay, cortisol is a form of what is it? Um, the word just escaped me now. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to spend 7 minutes meditating. Okay, so we were actually meditating already. It's just that we were meditating in a dynamic form, a moving form. So when we move, we meditate on the body, right? So I always ask you to focus on the center of the palm, focus on the shoulder, focus on that. That's actually meditation. Whereas now we're meditating on a study, on a static form, and then now you focus on your breath. That's it. Okay, so now I want to emphasize how important it is to sit properly because the sitting, the posture, actually um, it creates health. Okay, so now, first of all, if you sit on the chair, make sure your feet are just firmly on the ground. Make sure that the feet are below the knee, not forward, not backward. If you sit like I do and your knees are not touching your mat, make sure you put something in here. Okay, put pillows and blankets or whatever. Because what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to use your muscle. So no muscle, just the frame. Okay. So you imagine yourself sitting like a bell. The feet are the legs are the pedestal, right? That's the first. Second is I just want you to relax your hand. If you want to do mudra, it's okay, but don't lift up your hand. Lift up your hand again using muscle. Just rest it. Now the third one is the most important. I want you to focus on top of the head. Imagine somebody is grabbing the hair on top of your head and is pulling you up, pulling the spine, pull it towards the ceiling as if you're hanging the ceiling, the spine on the ceiling, and then hold it. And then I want you to lean back. Now you notice that when I lean back, I feel like I'm falling over. But when you look at me, you notice that I'm actually sitting upright. And then I want you to relax the spine. Now what happened now is that you're not using the back muscle anymore. You're using the skeleton to support your weight. And then I want you to open the shoulder and then relax the shoulder. Relax, relax. Now, this actually does two things. When you open the shoulder, you're energizing the lung energy line. And then when you relax the top of the shoulder, you're relaxing the gallbladder energy line. They're just names, okay? They don't actually, they have something to do with the organ, but it's actually just energy. Now, you notice that my head is slightly forward, which means that I'm using my back muscle now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to focus on my forehead and lean back until my ear is on top of the shoulder. So the weight of the head is now on top of the spine as if you're balancing a bowling ball on a bamboo stick. But then you notice that the top of my head is facing back. So what I want to do now is I want to focus on my chin and just tuck in the chin slightly. So the top of the head is on top of the spine, and I'm actually looking down. And then finally, the last two, I want you to relax in between your eyebrow. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyelid. Imagine that baby sleeping. They don't shut their eye, they relax the eyelid. So you can actually see through your eyelashes, you can see your hand in the floor. And then finally is the tongue. And it's very important that you take the tip of the tongue and you put it right behind here, which is between the teeth and the roof of your mouth. And then if you want, you can rotate the hip forward a little bit and lean back again. Now, by sitting like this, you're doing a number of things. One, you're not using any muscle, so you can actually sit for a long time. Two, you're putting pressure on the adrenal gland, so you're not putting out any stress hormone. Three, you're putting the tip of the tongue on between your teeth and your roof of mouth. You're reactivating the saliva gland. You can actually feel the wetness in your mouth once again. You're self-dehydrating, okay? But more importantly, you're connecting the yang and the yin through the tongue, okay? All right. So this is how you want to maintain the sitting for 7 minutes. And now we're ready to focus on the breath. You start with knowing. From knowing, we go to anchoring. And then from anchoring, we can go to reflecting or contemplating. Okay, but right now for the 7 minutes, we're going to focus on knowing and anchoring. I know I'm breathing in. I can feel my in breath. I know I'm breathing out. I can feel my out breath. Now we're going to move from knowing to anchoring. We're going to anchor our mind onto our belly button. When we know that we're breathing in, we move forward as if we're taking the belly button and put it all the way across the room. When we know that we're breathing out, we're taking the belly button back as if we're collapsing the belly button with the back. The breathe in, forward. Breathe out, backward. Now this is a very, very healthy exercise. It actually energizes the diaphragm. You're doing abdominal breathing. And that's shown to improve what is called the heart rate variability, which reduces inflammation. And there's been studied that it actually improves, prevent dementia. So I want you to focus on that. When you know that you're breathing in, open the stomach, move forward. When you know that you're breathing out, close the stomach, push it back. Now, at the same time, you need to kind of maintain that posture. So one trick that I use is that when I know that I'm breathing in, I'm pushing out the belly button. At the same time, I'm stretching my spine a little bit. And then when I know that I'm breathing out, I'm collapsing my stomach. And then at the same time, I'm leaning back a little bit, maintaining that posture. Okay? 7 minutes, huh? Now, in that 7 minutes, I don't know how many times your mind's going to drift away, but you have to accept that as normal, okay? It's normal for your mind to want to drift away. You're trying to train your mind. Your mind's not going to like that. So what you want to do is you want to keep focusing on your breathing. And then as soon as you realize that your mind's somewhere else, don't get angry. Invite your mind to come back. Please come back. Can we do one breath? One breath only. After one breath, then you recommit to second breath. One breath at a time, 7 minutes. Use your diaphragm, okay? Keep reminding yourself to relax, 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 relax. Your body is actually, you're enticing your body into the rest and digest right now. This is very, very healthy. Every once in a while, check your body, check your posture. When you breathe in, stretch. When you breathe out, lean back. Learn to let go your thinking mind, okay? Don't think, just feel your breath. When you know that you're breathing in, open your stomach, move forward. When you know that you're breathing out, collapse the stomach, move back the belly button. Keep adjusting your posture. Okay, open your eyes. When I think about professional sport, I think the most amazing professional sport is golf. When I look at Tiger Woods taking the stick and hit that ball about the size of a walnut, and it flies across the field, land hole in one into a hole that I can't even see. How does that possible? It's impossible. I can see someone throwing a ball in the basketball court. Right? At least I can see it. But taking a stick, a ball, hit it all the way across, land it into a hole that no one can see. I think that's very, very amazing. How is it possible that a samurai, who stand in the rain, totally still for an hour or so, and when it was time to strike, he swings his sword, cut the components in half, and not leave a drop of blood on the blade? How is that possible? Because they learn not to use the brain. They learn not to use the brain. If you think about it, you can't do it. Okay, that's what it's all about. It's called in the zone, right? You know that. So meditation is about that. It's about understanding that intellect is only a small part of our intelligence system. When you think and analyze, you're dissecting. That's here. But meditation is about feeling, using the spine, not the brain. Okay? Which is how we are built anyway. All the nerve endings ends in the spine. The spine is the most important part of our intelligence system. There's so much intelligence in that we cannot even understand because we're so focused on here. So meditation, whether you're sitting or standing or lying down or exercise, it's all about letting go of the brain. Letting go of the brain and just feel it. Okay? That's what it's about. All right, so now we're ready for the second part, but again, before the second part, I'm gonna do some more exercise. Again, working on the extremities. So we did a lot of work on the fingers. Now we're gonna work on another part, extremities, which is the top of the head, the face, and then the ears. Now, we do this because as we get old, we worry about high blood pressure and we worry about dementia. And so there are 3 energy points that are very, very important. The first one is called the palm of the wind. Wind means nerve in Chinese. I mean, the concept of wind. Now we open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Take 2 hands, lock the fingers, put that behind the head. Sit up straight, looking straight ahead. Now take the thumb, feel the bone, the skull. As you come down, you feel the cavity, right? That's where it is. Now you push down with your thumb, you lean back, you provide pressure as if you're squeezing the garden hose when you wash your car, right? Increase the pressure. And then relax, taking the right hand, 4 fingers, put that on top of the left energy point. Push down with your 4 fingers. And then take it to the right, as if you're opening up the channel. Now take the left hand, push down, and then take it to the left, as if you open up the channel. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, you will feel tingling on the top, but after a while, you get used to it, you don't feel it. But right now, you feel tingling. You should feel tingling, okay? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the thumb, put that outside of the temple. This is the second energy point that is very important for your cognitive health, okay? Now you take your 4 fingers, you start at the forehead, and you go up, massaging the top of the head, which has all the yang energy line. Back again, put that on the temple. Second time, all the way down to the neck. One last time, start with the forehead to the big brain, and then the back of the head all the way down to the little brain, okay? And then to the neck, okay? The brain has 3 functions: cognitive, memory, motor functions, okay? And I watched my father degenerate from dementia. First, he loses his cognitive power, then he loses his memory, and then finally, he loses his motor function. That's how the brain deteriorates, okay? All right, so now we're gonna tap on the last, most important, the 3 of them, right? So this one is called the 100 meat. Now, it's very important that before you do this, you check your posture. You open your shoulder, you relax your shoulder, you lean back the forehead, you tuck in your chin. That way, this energy point is on top of the central nervous system. Then you take your 10 fingers, you put that on top, and you tap it 30 times. Okay, and then you go 1, all the way to the neck, 2, 3, and 4. Now, I talk about my father a lot. He passed away more than a year ago now. Very excruciating experience for him and for us. Dementia is a horrible disease. So I would go over there every day and I would do exactly what I'm doing with you. Okay? Exactly what I'm doing with you. And when I get there, he just lay on the sofa or in his bed, whatever. And he has no really interaction with the world. And then I would sit, I would do exercise for him to, do all that, especially the tapping the head, the pushing on the, and then all of a sudden it's as if he comes alive. And then we would walk in the house, in his apartment, walk along the hallway, pushing his cart. And then he would stop at the bathroom, look into the bathroom, as if he's recognizing the bathroom. He would go in, open the cardboard, and he recognizes something is very precious to him, his bottle of Old Spice. He's from the old world. That bottle of Old Spice is him. And he looks at me and he says, thank you. Thank you for the memory. It really works. It really works. Okay, now we're gonna massage the front, the face. Okay, now the face, obviously the eyes, the nose, the tongue, and all that's important. But actually, this is also the ending point for the yang energy. Okay, so now we're gonna take our index finger, put that in the beginning of eyebrow. Sit up straight, push down. You feel a little. Once you get used to it, you feel a little bit of cavity there, and then when you push down, there's a little bit of numbness. Um, and then relax. Now put that in the middle, and then squeeze like as if you're squeezing the toothpaste. There's 3 energy points across. Okay. Okay. Now take your thumb, put that below the eye bag from the corner to the tail. There's another 3 energy points right here, and then now over here. Okay. Now I want you to take the index finger and put that right below your eyeball, and just press down. Press down. Now I want you to take your thumb and put that, now start with the corner of your eye, move up until you feel the bone, right? And if you feel a little bit of cavity there too. Now this is called the bright eye. So push down, close your eye. And we're going to do a little bit of eye yoga. I want you to rotate the eyeball up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up. Now we're going to go counterclockwise. Left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, up. And then open your eyes. Okay. Now I'm going to take 2 fingers, put that at the corner of your eye, and then just massage until you reach the corner of your mouth. Then pick the index finger, put that right outside the nostril. This is called the welcome fragrance. Push down. So if you have sinus, this is a good one. Then you take 4 fingers and put that right here. This is the part of your body that senses oxygen in your brain. And when you don't have enough oxygen in your brain, your heart is going to want to work overtime. That's why you get high blood pressure. High blood pressure by itself is not a disease. It's actually a warning. It's telling you something is wrong with your body, whether your heart lung is not working enough, or that you have too much stress. Okay. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take high blood pressure medicine. I'm just saying that sometimes you need to kill the messenger, but killing the messenger means killing the only witness to the crime. Okay, so you got to figure out what causes high blood pressure. All right, now we're going to learn to massage the face. So before we do that, I want you to locate this point between the index finger and the middle finger. Come down. This is a very important energy point. I want you to use the right thumb and just press on it. Press on it and maybe massage a little bit. Now do the other side. Okay. Now this is very good for your heart. Very, very good for your heart. So now I want you to locate 2 points, put them together, focus on it. Okay. Now you can do an experiment, and you'll be surprised how much difference it makes whether you focus on it or not. Right? Body and mind together. That's what yoga means. Yuja means body and mind together. Now I want you to rub it together without leaving your mind. Mind focus on the center of your palm. Mind focus on the center of the palm. And then I'll put that on your eyeball, right? Now, if you do it right, you feel tremendous amount of heat. Second time. Focus, focus, focus. Put that on your eye. One last time. Focus, focus, focus. Put that in your eye. Now put that on your temple. Massage. Massage the face, front of the face, the forehead, top of the head, back of the head, lower part of the head, and then the neck. Come back and stop. Okay, now we're going to learn how to massage your ear. Okay, this is an important extremity. Okay, now the ear actually reflects the entire body. It's just upside down like the fetus is upside down. Okay, now think about dividing your ears into three parts. Upper part, we put the thumb, then the four fingers in the back, massage. Now this actually is very good for relaxation before you sleep. Okay, this is actually very, very important. And then I'll put it in the middle, fingers in the back. And then the lower part, take the index finger, put that inside your ear, the thumb in the back. Now massage the tip of the ear, yank. Massage the edge of your ear. Massage your ear loop, yank. Take your right hand, put that behind. 1, 2, and 3. This is very good for your high blood pressure. 1, 2, and 3. Okay? All right, so this is a little bit of exercise before we do now the second part. So the second part is about joint exercise, and then we're going to finish that with another form of meditation called the metta meditation, loving kindness. Okay. All right, open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, put your hands together, palm facing up. No, actually, the other way. Okay, we're doing joint exercise. Okay, forget. All right, now open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Focus on the center of your palm, bring your hands up. And then now focus on your wrist. Now you focus on your wrist the same way that you focus on your breath. Okay, when you focus on your breath, when you meditate on your breath, you meditate one breath at a time. When you meditate on your body, when you're doing joint exercise, you meditate one turn at a time. One turn at a time. Feel your body. Feel the difference, the changes in your body. Okay, now go the other way. Continue to feel your body, feel any heat, sweat, pain, numbness, both pleasant and unpleasant feeling. Feel it, okay? Now bring down your hand, open your shoulder again, relax your shoulder. Again, focus on the center of your palm, bring it up. And now we're going to focus on the elbow. 1, 2, continue to feel, examine the difference, the changes in your body. And go the other way. And so the question is, what do you do when you have low blood pressure? Low blood pressure is even more dangerous than high blood pressure. But you know what? As far as the Chinese medicine is concerned, they're the same. It's disharmony in your yin and yang. It's disharmony in your body. Okay? So just keep doing the exercise that we do now. And then lower your hand. Now we're going to go from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder. Back again, open the shoulder, relax the shoulder. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring up your hands, crossing your hand. Follow the center of your palm all the way up. Now stretch. And then imagine you have 2 walls on the side. As you come down, open the palm of your hand as if you're touching the wall. And then relax. Back again. Stretch. Open. Touching the wall. Back again. Stretch. Open, touching the wall, putting some pressure on your wrist, huh? Stretch, open, and then relax. Now go the other way. Open the shoulder, stretch, come down, open the shoulder, stretch, and then come down, open the shoulder. One last time, stretch, and then come down. Open the shoulder, Relax. Focus on the center of your palm. Bring up your hands. Get ready. Bring it all the way back, as far back as you can. Feel the pain on your shoulder. Let go of the pain. Come back to the center of your palm. Back again. Open the shoulder. Relax that shoulder. Back again. Open. Feel it. Accept it. And then let it go. Come back to the center of your hand. When I say come back to the center of your hand, that's mindfulness. Focusing the mind. Making sure that your mind is not wandering around. Don't follow the pain. Don't let it become suffering. One last time. Open. Feel it. Let it go. Sit up straight. Hand at the back. Go up. Stretch. Come down. All the way back. Stretch. And then come down. All the way back. Stretch. And come down. Back to the breathing. Back to the restorative. Examine your breathing. Slow down your breathing. Examine your heartbeat. Slow down your heartbeat. One breath at a time. Okay, so now we're going to do 3 consecutive exercises, all part of the internal energy. And the first one is called double blade, as if the 2 hands are the blades. But here, the key is to keep one hand stationary, move only the other hand, separating left brain from the right brain, okay? The first thing that happens if you have dementia is that your personality change because the left brain is and the right brain are all messed up, okay? One is rational, one is emotional, and it changes. Okay, now sit up straight. Right hand, follow the center of your palm. Open the shoulder, feel the pain. Let go of the pain, follow the center of your palm. Right hand stationary, left hand, follow the center of the palm. Open the shoulder, feel the pain, let go of the pain, come back to the center of the palm. Right hand, open, feel it, accept it, let it go. Left, and then back. We're going to do 2 more times. Right, open, and then back to the left. Open the shoulder as much as you can, okay? Don't be afraid of the pain. And relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Now we're going to do the second exercise. Again, you need to feel the body, okay? It's just that this one is a little bit more dynamic, more energetic, because throwing the fist. Open the shoulder, bring up your right hand, make a fist. Follow the fist. Get ready. Up. Feel the body, feel the vibration. Up. Come back. Down. Sit up straight. Down. Back again. Up. Up. Down. Feel the vibration. Down. One last time. Up. Up. Down. And down. Now open your shoulder, 2 hands at the same time. Follow the center of your palm. Feel the vibration. Action equal to reaction. Okay, get ready. 1. Feel the vibration. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Slow down a bit, focusing on your breathing. One breath at a time. Let your body restore itself. Restore the harmony between the yin and the yang. Okay, now we're going to do this one last exercise, which is really about energizing what's that nerve? That wandering nerve. Somebody help me. That nerve system that starts in your neck and all the way inside. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, vagus nerve. Thank you. Relax. Open the shoulder. Relax the shoulder. Thumb on top of the gate to the cloud. Roll up your 4 fingers. Now we're going to go to the 4 basic form. First one, shoulder up, elbow up, entire upper torso up as if the shoulder reaches the ear. Second form, elbows back, open the shoulder as if you're squeezing the tennis ball in the back. Last one, third one, elbows down, completely relaxed. Last one, elbow forward, heads down, bending the back, looking at the floor. Now we're going to come up from here, bring up your head, so you're looking straight ahead, open the shoulder, you're looking at the ceiling, and then bring it back down, you're looking straight ahead again, and then all the way, looking at the floor again. Now we're going to breathe in from here, close your mouth, very slow, gentle, and steady in breath. Breathe in, open, breathe out. Breathe in, open, and then breathe out. Now here I want you to practice gratitude. Focus on your body. Be very, very grateful for this body. Breathe out. Breathe in, be grateful. And then as you breathe out, be forgiving. Breathe in, open, breathe out. We're going to do 2 more times. Breathe in, open, and then breathe out. One last time. Breathe in, open, and then breathe out. Relax. Put your hands down. We're ready to do another meditation. This one is very different. It's not a sitting meditation. It's not a standing meditation. It's called a metta meditation. You're focusing on loving kindness. Now, I posted an article. If you're not part of a circle, you should join a circle. It's called Mindfulness Fellowship. And I just posted an article based on another article that was written about mindfulness and how people start to understand that mindfulness is more than just relaxation, right? So I often talk about Buddhism as it traveled to the West. It becomes fast food Buddhism versus immigration Buddhism. A big part of the Buddhism, the temples in the U.S. is to serve the immigrants. So that's a one kind of Buddhism. Another kind is that it becomes what I call mindfulness. Okay, and we know how to do that, right? But Buddhism is not about that. Buddhism is really about a spiritual journey, and the way I look at it is it's all about discovering your existence. And your existence is not just this body. Your existence is in the energy. Your existence is in the mind, not the thinking mind. Okay. Now, deep, deep, deep in that is something called the bliss, or what we call loving kindness, compassion, empathy, and equanimity. It's very powerful. It's very powerful. You just have to discover it on your own. You already have it. It's like, here's the planet Earth, here's the sun. It's always there. Sometimes the planet Earth turns its back onto the sun, so you don't see the sun. Sometimes you cover yourself with black clouds, so you don't see the sun. We're like this. We have this incredible energy in us, incredibly positive energy in us called the loving kindness, the compassion, the empathy, and the equanimity. But sometimes we turn our back to it. And sometimes we cover it with all kinds of bad energy. And so now it's about going in and bring it back out. Release the most positive energy that we already have. In other religions, they talk about the angel and the devil. This is about focusing on the angel. Focusing on the angel. Okay? Now I want you to sit properly. And again, in order for the meditation to work, you have to relieve yourself from the thinking mind. Don't think about it. Don't try to analyze it. Just feel it. Feel the energy in you. Now I want you to open your shoulder. Relax the shoulder. I want you to focus on your eyelid. Notice that you have a lot of black clouds, a lot of flashing lights, a lot of colors of all kinds. Those are the things that are preventing you from seeing your bliss, See past that, look past that. You see the light behind your eyelid. Focus on that light. You don't have to give it a name, but if it's convenient for you, you can give it a name. You just know that it's a positive energy. Different religions have different names. I call it God as I know her. I want to focus on that. I want to be very grateful for that. Grateful for that positive energy. Grateful for everyone here working together towards that positive energy. Grateful that I have this ability to relieve myself from all the animosities and negative energy. I'm very grateful that we have a chance to do these exercises so that we can be relieved of the physical suffering. I'm very grateful that we can learn to meditate both in static and dynamic form so that we can be relieved of a spiritual suffering. I'm very grateful that I have this skill now, the beginning of something that allows me to tap into this positive energy and be able to express that positive energy to my family, to my neighbors, to my friends, to my fellow travelers. I'm also very grateful for all the responders out there who provide safety and security and infrastructure for my well-being. I'm now ready to reciprocate. I'm now ready to take that positive energy and to share it with all beings in the world. I know we have this great fire in Maui. More than 100 people have been found dead. It will probably go up another 100, maybe up to 1,000. We don't know. But think about all the other little beings that got caught in the fire. Little things like ants, spiders, deers, coyotes. They're completely innocent. And they got caught in this fire. We have a storm coming now for the first time in recorded history to Southern California. The weather pattern has changed in this world. We don't have to argue what the reasons are. It's just a fact. We have never seen a storm like that. I grew up in Macau. We used to have storms. We call that typhoon. Now the typhoon actually lands in Beijing, in Korea, and Japan, causing all kinds of death, all kinds of destructions. I visualize these beings. I visualize the suffering of these beings. I want to do my part to share my positive energy with them. I'm focusing on that positive energy, that light that I see in front of me. I want to be with that light. That's what Namaste means. Namaste doesn't mean how are you, how's your day. It doesn't mean that. Nama means bliss. Namaste means may my bliss meet with your bliss. May my light meet with your light. I want to focus on that. I want to let all that positive energy out of my body towards that light to be shared with all beings. We're going to chant. You don't need to know the meaning of the chant. We don't want to use our thinking mind. We just want to use the more important part of the intelligence system, which is the way we feel. I wish all beings of the world can be relieved of animosity and negative energy. I wish all beings in the world can be relieved of physical suffering. I wish all beings of the world can be relieved of spiritual suffering. I wish all the beings of the world can meet with the positive energy and be relieved of all suffering. Be at peace, be healthy, and be happy. I want you to put your hands together, palm touching the palm, fingers touching the fingers. This mudra, this hand gesture is universal. It represents a humbleness, a respect, and a gratitude to all the positive energies of the world, to God as I know her. We're going to chant. You don't need to understand the chanting. Just know that the chant is to relieve your positive energy. Sabe Avaya Suki Namaste. Okay, so the key here is the focus. Focus, let go of your mind, let that positive energy flow through your body, and then to meet with the positive energy outside of you. Namaste. Okay, it's a very powerful chant. I used it in hospitals. I use it in cemeteries. I use it at home when my father died, when my mother-in-law died, and when my father-in-law died. I lost two parents, both my mother-in-law and my father, during the pandemic. And in both cases, the chant really helps them. It cleanses the environment, create positive energy. Okay. All right. Alice, I do actually. I will join a circle. Okay, join a circle. It's called the metta. Metta. That's all it is. Metta. Okay. Metta means loving kindness. Okay, so we're going to do some joint exercise, and then we're going to do this very important practice called the Jing, YJJ. Okay. Back to joint. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to do the knee. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now we're ready to do this exercise. This is the exercise that was brought to China by a yogi named Bodhidharma. I'm thinking about maybe 1600 years ago. Okay, so it's actually another form of the yogic practice, but for aging, for us who are kind of going into this golden age of aging, it's actually a very good exercise because it combines the three elements: stretching, cardio, and then muscle building. Okay, all three are very important. So this is the exercise that I recommend. And it has a part where we had to jump, and that's to activate this energy point right here, which actually has demonstrated to be important for preventing dementia. And so the key here is that you first stand with the feet firmly on the ground, then you rotate the toes inward, and then you loosening up, okay, loosening up the knee. That way you activate the calf and the thigh. Okay, it's very important. Now you don't have to lower like this, okay? Just don't lock it, okay? Now you open your shoulder, relax your shoulder, lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin, right? Same thing. Now I'm going to show the sideway. And now it's important that you put your hand right at the hip, but along that line, because what we're doing, this first form is called the spirit boosting bomb. It's basically generating a shock wave through your spine, all the way to the top of the head and back to the lower part of your spine again. So a couple of things are important. Let me repeat. Open your shoulder, relax your shoulder. Lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. So now you're forming this straight line. Put your hand right next to the hip on that line, okay? Not in front, not in the back. Now, the most important part is that when I say go, you don't go. You focus on the center of your palm, mind, body together, and then you push, right? Get ready? Relax. Go. And then back to the breathing, always from energetic to restorative. One breath, two breath. Now remember what you did. Remember how you feel, right? You know whether you do it right or wrong. So second time, okay? Give yourself some room for improvement. Get ready. Focus. Don't look down. Look straight ahead, top of the head on top of the central nervous system. Get ready. Go. And relax. One breath. Two breath. Second time. One last time. Third time. Get ready. Go. And then relax. Okay. So this sends a shock wave through your spine all the way to the top of the head. Very important, right? Okay. So now the next form, back again, maintaining this thing called the goat stand. Goat stand. Now this is about the thumb. Take the thumb, point it to the hip. You don't need to touch it. Just maintain that semicircle. Now you roll up your four fingers. Imagine you're putting 2 buckets of water on your thumb, and you lift up your thumb as much as you can. And then relax, opening your palm, but don't lower your palm. Back to the breathing. One breath, two breaths. Second time, lift up those 2 buckets of water as hard as you can, and then relax, open your fingers. One breath, two breaths. One last time. Lift up those buckets of water. You're actually stretching the energy line that has something to do with the lung and the large intestine. So this is actually helping you detox. And then relax, lower your hand, back to the breathing, one breath at a time. Okay, now called a beginner's mind, like the baby's mind. You take your thumb, you put it across your palm. So the tip of the fingers is below the ring finger. Then you roll up your 4 fingers and you squeeze the thumb inward, doing the opposite of what you just did. And then relax, don't lower your hand, just open your fingers. Back to the breathing. So this is actually very good for your heart, okay? So this is the cardio part. Okay, now second time, squeeze your thumb, open your hands, relax. One last time, Squeeze your thumb and then lower your hand and relax. There's a reason why the baby does that. They do that inside the mother's womb. This is to generate energy so that they can develop the internals, okay? Now we're going to take a deep breath. Put your hands together below the belly button. Bring up your hand as you breathe in all the way up to up to here, okay? Now get ready. Breathe in. And then relax. Now bring your elbows together. Now we're going to focus on the back. We're going to stretch the back. The back is the energy line called name after the bladder. So this is again, it's like the large intestine. It helps with detox, okay? Get ready. Open the back, squeeze the back, as if you're cracking the back, and then relax. Back to the breathing. One breath at a time. Second time. Put your arms together, and then crack your back, and then relax. One last time. Crack your back, and then relax. Okay, the next one is called fist on top of the head. Open your shoulder, bring your fist above the head, open the fingers. You feel the blood is flowing away from your hand. Now you're going to roll your fist. You do this by one joint, two joint, lock it with your thumb, open your shoulder, and then squeeze. This is very good for your heart, okay? And then relax. Back to the breathing. The breathing part is just as important, okay? Now open your shoulder, roll your fist, and then squeeze, and then relax. One last time. Open your shoulder, roll your fist, and then squeeze, and then relax. Back to the breathing. Now, the next one is called stabbing the shoulder. This activates the energy system, the energy line that we name after the gallbladder, the one that has to do with the nerve, right? Remember that? Okay, now what you do this. You open your shoulder first. You grab the dagger. You point the dagger onto your shoulder and you stab. And then open your hands, relax. You feel the tightness in the back of your neck, right? The energy point that we're working on before. Back again, open the shoulder, hold the dagger, point the dagger to the top of your shoulder and stab. And then relax. One last time. Open the shoulder, grab the dagger, point the dagger onto your shoulder and stab. And then open your shoulder, relax. Now the next one is called the cross. Now, don't try to punch. We're not punching, we're stretching. We're stretching the triple warmer, okay? So open your hand like a cross. Now make a big movement on your wrist. And then roll your fist, take a deep breath as if you have two walls on the side and you push. Stretch the upper arm and then relax. Second time, big movement on the wrist. Roll your fist, take a deep breath and push. And then relax. One breath at a time. One last time. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath and push. And then relax. Front hanging, lock your elbow. Same thing, a wall in front. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath and push. And then relax. Second time. Wrist, fist, take a deep breath and push. And relax. One last time. I think it's one last time. Maybe we do it too many times. Push and then relax. Next one is the chin up. Open your shoulder, grab the bar, look up, pull yourself up. Now this is good for your muscle. One of the worst things can happen as you age is that you're losing your muscle. So this is trying to restore it. Okay, very important. Muscle means immunity. Grab the bar, look at the bar, Pull yourself up and then relax. Back to the breathing. One last time. Pull yourself up. Next one is what I affectionately call ripping the yellow page. Grab the yellow page and then rip. Relax. Rip the yellow page. This is the test. If you don't know what a yellow page looks like, you're in the wrong class, okay? One last time. Rip. And then relax. We're going to swallow. Collect all the slivers. Swallow all the way to here. Down 10. Swallow. And then pause. Check your goat stand. Make sure that your knees are not locked all the way until we finish, okay? Now go down. Back of the hand touching. You're looking straight down, okay? Make sure your knees are not locked. And then you squeeze the fist 3 times. 1, back of the hand touching. Focus on the breathing. 2nd time. And then 3rd time. Now we're ready to jump. Make sure that your knees are not locked. We look at the center of the palm. We take a deep breath. And then breathe out. Right here. Okay. Breathe in again. Focusing forward. And as if you have a rock in front and you push. Then you take a deep breath. And then you relax. So this exercise was handed down by Bodhidharma, the yogi that I talked about, to the monks at the Shaolin Temple. And this is what they use when they seclude themselves for 3 years in a room no bigger than 9 feet by 9 feet. And this is the only exercise that they do. Okay, now we're over time basically, but let's just sit for 7 minutes, focusing on our body. You feel the warmth in your body. You feel your breath. You might even feel some electricity running through your body. Just feel it. Don't analyze it. Enjoy it. Let your brain rest. Whatever it is that you feel it, accept it, and then just let it go. Now, some of you actually like to scan the body. You can try to do that, okay? Scan the body. So sit up straight, open your shoulder, relax. Focus on your right palm. Move up 1 inch at a time to the wrist, right wrist. Slowly, all the way to the right elbow. As you move, feel it. You might not feel anything, that's okay. And then from the elbow to the shoulder. From the shoulder to the back of the neck. From the back of the neck to the left shoulder. From the left shoulder to the left elbow. To the left wrist. Back to the center of the palm. Move up to the belly button. Move up to your chest. Move up to the lower part of your neck. Move up to your chin. Move up to the bridge of your nose. Move up between your eye. Move up to your forehead, to the top of the head, the back of the head, all the way to the neck, between your shoulder. Keep moving down to the back, to the lower back, to your butt. Come around to the center of your palm again. Start on your left leg. starting on the bottom of your feet, to the heel, to the calf, to the left ankle, knee, left thigh, come back to the middle, to the right thigh, to the right knee, to the right calf, to the right ankle, to the right feet. You can do that. This is another way, okay? Scan your body a little bit more structured, or you can just feel it free form. For those of you who have attended what's called the 10-day Vipassana, this is exactly the technique that they use. Make sure you check your posture too, okay? Stretch your back, lean back up the torso. Make sure that you're not using your neck muscle, so lean back the forehead, tuck in your chin. Relax the eyelid. Keep the tip of the tongue at the roof of your mouth. Okay, open your eyes. I'm going to take a little bit of time to tell you a story. I hope you don't mind. Because I mentioned 10-day Vipassana, right? You should look it up, Vipassana. Vipassana, Vipassana. Vipassana just means contemplation. Remember I talked about the 4 stages of meditation: knowing, anchoring, and then contemplating. And the Sanskrit word for that is Vipassana. Okay, which is kind of, so in the U.S. we separate even like all these meditation technique into silos. So we say this is mindfulness, this is Vipassana, this is Zen. Where in fact everything requires mindfulness. It's the first step. It's not the goal. It's just the beginning of a journey. It just means remember, knowing where your mind is. That's it. Vipassana, everybody have to practice Vipassana, is really contemplating and reflecting on yourself. Zen means um, um, uh, uh, cleansing your mind, letting your mind settle. That's all it means. But yet in the US, we tend to separate them into silos. I say, oh, I practice Vipassana. No, I practice mindfulness, as if you don't need mindfulness in Vipassana. But anyway, the story I want to tell is about Vipassana. So this technique, this 10-day Vipassana class is completely free. You pay forward. In other words, it's completely free. You're there for 12 days. You just have to make the commitment to be there for 12 days. And in those 12 days, you have nothing. Okay, you can't even bring a book. You cannot bring a Buddhist statue or a cross or anything. You can't even do yoga. You're just going to practice the way that they want you to practice, which is really about scanning the body, feeling it without judging it. That's all it is. Now, it turns out that the story is that this technique was actually the technique that Buddha himself used to attain enlightenment. And he taught that to 2 traveling Burma, merchants from Burma. And so it was brought back to Burma long before it spread anywhere else. And it kind of just got lost. And then eventually it was rediscovered. And the gentleman who discovered it is an Indian fellow who was born in Burma. His name is Goenka. And the story was that he's very wealthy. His family is incredibly wealthy. But he had this problem with the migraine. And he went everywhere looking for cure. He went to Switzerland. He went to everywhere. Nobody can figure out what to do with him. And eventually he heard about this teacher who teaches meditation. So he looked him up, went to him, and the teacher says, why are you here? He says, well, I had this headache, and someone told me that if I learn to meditate, then it will go away. And the teacher was very upset, very upset. He says, I don't teach meditation just so that you can get rid of the headache. He said, this is not what we do here. And it just sent him away. And Goenka decided that, no, let me think about this. Maybe he's right. Let me figure out what this meditation is all about. So he went back to the teacher and he studied after him. And both him and his wife, actually. So the story I want to tell is about this teacher. This teacher is actually very famous. He grew up before World War II in the colonial era when Burma was a British colony. He was very poor, very, very poor. He was the oldest son in the family, but they were very poor. And he met up with a priest, and the priest helped him, put him through school, and eventually he finished elementary school. That's all he did, which was a lot back in those days. And the priest wanted him to continue, so at least he get his high school diploma and perhaps go to college. And he said, no, I can't. I have family to support. I have my brothers and sisters. They all need me. He says, I need to go out and work. So he eventually found a job as an accountant, working for the British Railroad Company. He's a very, very reliable, very trustworthy guy. And then Japan started to invade Burma. And the first thing they did was to bomb all the railroad. So they bombed the railroad station, destroyed the place where Goenka's teacher used to work. And in fact, destroyed a safe which had a lot of money in it. And The British people, the British officials had already left, and they escaped from Burma into Yunnan, which is the southern province of China, that at that time was still free. So all his bosses had gone. He's such a trustworthy guy that he took all the money, wrap it up, hire a taxi, and chase after his superior. Now, keep in mind that at that moment, one of his daughter was actually seriously ill and needed a lot of money. He could have used that to save his family, but decided that wasn't his duty. So he continued. He caught up with his superior, and the superior said, "What are you doing here?" He says, "Well, take the money. It belongs to the government." Anyway, long story short, after the war, after Burma was liberated, becomes independent, it was a very corrupt country, but the president decided that they need to change that corrupt lifestyle. And they decided to hire him and set up a auditing, right, accounting auditing department, which you can imagine is not going to be liked by many people. So he says, I can do this under one condition, which is you need to set aside space and time so that I can train my employees to meditate. He has a reason for that. It's exactly the same reason I have here, which is if you have an opportunity to explore your existence, your dimension's existence, and understand that you don't exist just in flesh. You exist in the flesh, in the intellect, in the energy, and then beyond. The beyond, one is called the identity, and one is called the bliss. If you understand that, it changes your worldview. It changes your worldview. All of a sudden, you understand that we are being before we are human. And in order for us to live well, we have to live in harmony, not just within ourselves, but with other beings. All of a sudden, you realize that between beings, you have to have the harmony. You have to have that love and kindness and compassion. And all of a sudden, you can bring peace into your family. You can bring peace to your neighbor. And you can bring peace between countries. All of these problems that we see in the world today, the natural disasters that is happening, is because we decide not to live in harmony. We choose to live as humans, as if we're superior. We choose to live with our intellect and become arrogant. And that's only because we don't understand that our existence is beyond this body. But if you do, and you can learn to do that with meditation, your world will changes. All of a sudden, you have to understand that, oh, I have to live in harmony with all the other beings in the tree, that in the forest, because they are the ones that support the trees. The trees are the ones that gives us oxygen and then also recycle our carbon dioxide. They're the ones that keeps the temperature of the earth down so that the temperature of the sea doesn't exceed a critical amount, so that the typhoon doesn't become crazy like we do. So that this doesn't dry up Maui. And so that just a match would light up the entire island. Anyway, just a story. Just a story. Okay, so enjoy, be peaceful, be happy, and be healthy. All three require that you live in harmony with yourself and with other beings. Okay, see you next week. Thank you. 星期一見嚇，星期一見。And by the way, all the donations, and I start to post how much money I collect now every week, and then with understanding all that will go towards the matching fund for Venerable Bodhidharma when he sees us once a week. Now, I talk about Buddhism as in immigrant Buddhism, Buddhism as in fast food Buddhism. The Buddhism that Venerable Bodhidharma bring to us is what I call prison Dharma. It is when you take Buddhism into a prison, okay? The prison is like the crucible. It takes away all the impurity. And what's left is the form of Buddhism that was taught originally by Buddha himself. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, so we will see him again in a couple of weeks. Actually, the next time we see him would be in September 6th. Okay, so I will collect all that money. I will let you know how much I collect every week, and then on the 6th we'll use it as matching fund. And whatever is left at the end of the year, we'll just make a one-time donation. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Namaste.
Bye-bye.
Suy nghĩ ra Kiên.
Suy nghĩ ra Kiên.